1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah, yummy.
Are you ready?
Today we're going to be making salad. I'm going to teach you how to make a honey mustard dressing, and then we're going to talk about cross-contamination as well. To start off with this sauce, I'm going to grab a medium-sized bowl and then just get out some tablespoons and some teaspoons, or if you have actual measuring jugs, that's even better. The first thing I'm going to measure is I'm going to get some whole grain honey mustard. I'm going to open it up and I'm going to take about 2 tablespoons of honey mustard. 1 and 2. The next thing I'm going to prepare is my white wine vinegar. So just grab some white wine vinegar and you're going to have 1 teaspoon of white wine vinegar. So a teaspoon is smaller, obviously. Just add that inside just till it starts pouring off. I'm going to add in a 1/4 teaspoon of salt. There's my spoon. I'm just going to add about a 1/4 of it. Something like that. I'll taste it later, see if it needs more or less. I'm going to take honey. I'm going to add in 1 tablespoon of honey. And then the last thing I need is my olive oil. And for the olive oil, you're not going to pour it directly into the bowl. What you're going to do is you're going to get a little measuring jug and you're going to add in 4 tablespoons. Pour until you see it start pouring off the sides. 1, 2, 3, and 4. So 4 tablespoons of olive oil. Now I've got all my ingredients ready. I'm just gonna go ahead and try to wipe off these spoons as best I can. And then I'm gonna start whisking together to make my dressing. So for this, you're gonna need a whisk. Start with just whisking together those first main ingredients. And then what you're gonna do is you're gonna start streaming in the oil. Now, if you pour all the oil in right away, it's just gonna separate. But what we wanna do is we wanna make an emulsion. And so to do that, that's gonna make sure that the fat, water, and oil all stay together. We're gonna add in the oil just a few drops at a time. I'm just drizzling it in here as I whisk the mixture. So there you go. We have a nice creamy honey mustard dressing. You want to make sure that you add that in slowly. You've seen that I would stop or just pour a little bit slower as I'm whisking. And then there you go. So now I'm going to clean this up and I'm going to prepare all of my stuff for my salad. So I'm going to take all of my dressing and put it into my measuring jug. Our dressing is done. I just want to make sure that you take it and you have a little taste test of your dressing before you move on. I'm pretty happy with the flavor, but if it's a little bit too sour, you could add a little bit more honey or a little bit more olive oil as well and just whisk that in. Now it's time to prepare my salad. The first thing you want to do is get a nice head of lettuce, and then what I like to do is I get a strainer and I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to break off the leaves and I'm going to tear them into bite-sized pieces. If you have a plastic knife, you can also use a plastic knife to cut, but I never use a standard metal knife, something like this, because what will happen is it will oxidize the vegetable and it will start turning brown on the edges. So just stick with tearing it or using a plastic knife that's meant for cutting lettuce up. And there we have it. I'm going to give this a quick rinse so it has some time to dry off as well as I prepare the rest of my ingredients. The salad's now rinsed and it's just sitting here, allowing it to drip any excess water in the bottom of the bowl that I'll drain off at the end. Now it's time to go ahead and prepare the rest of my vegetables. I had some leftover purple cabbage, and so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to slice this into really thin slices to add some color to the lettuce or the salad as well. I always like to add different colors to make the dish more inviting and appetizing. Looks good. I'm just gonna throw that on there as well. Now I'm gonna cut up my carrot, and you guys have learned a lot of different cuts, so you can cut this into some small, medium, or large dice, a brunoise, or just some rondelles. So rondelle, remember, just keep your claw grip, and you're just gonna have it nice round shapes like this. Okay, that would be your rondelle. If you're gonna julienne, we're gonna go ahead, we're gonna cut sides so that they're flat. If you're doing your julienne, you're just gonna then cut these into nice thin strips. And then if you're doing the brunoise, you're gonna take these and then you're gonna cut these like so. There we have some different carrot styles that you can put into your salad, and you might want to do a variety to showcase all the knife skills that you've been learning. For the cucumber, I'm just going to cut them into rondelles first. Then they're a little bit big for mouth-sized pieces, so then I'm just going to cut them in half. Now I'm going to cut up my peppers, just going to cut the tops off. Bridge hole so I can cut it in half and then remove anything in the centers. And then we're just going to cut these into long thin strips and toss them in our salad. If you want them smaller, you can cut them smaller yet. It's up to you. Now we have all of our stuff cut up. I've got it in this bowl. Remember to just take the remaining water out of your bowl. And please make sure that you've washed all of your vegetables beforehand, which I've done here, just to make sure that they're clean and there's no bacteria and you don't have to worry about anything that's gonna cause any food or health hygiene issues, so that you stay healthy. Just give your vegetables a nice toss inside your bowl. And there we have a nice salad coming along. You may have noticed that I was using a green chopping board when I was cutting all my vegetables up, and that's because I don't want to have to worry about any cross-contamination with meat or other things or bacteria that might be on the work surface. You should always use some different chopping boards when working with meat versus vegetables. So that's all done. Our vegetables are all inside of our bowl and it's tossed up for a nice salad. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to prepare a red chopping board, red representing meat, so I can prepare my chicken next. I'm going to prepare my chicken breast now. You can use chicken breast, chicken thigh, whatever you want. Darker meat, lighter meat, doesn't matter. And this is just going to be cooked up and put into our salad. So you're going to want a frying pan, add in about a tablespoon of oil, and then you can start heating that up. Just have it on a low to medium heat. And I'm gonna prepare my chicken. For the chicken, all I'm gonna do is I wanna cut this, and I want to cut them into small, thin strips. So here I have chicken thigh. This is gonna allow it to cook up quickly so that I don't have to worry about it drying out. If you have really big pieces of chicken, sometimes what happens when you go to cook it, it takes so long for it to cook to the center that you start drying out your chicken, and you don't want that. It doesn't taste very good. So bite-sized pieces so it's easy to eat with your salad. And then as soon as they're cut up, you can just toss them into the frying pan with that little bit of oil you put inside of there. I'm just gonna continue chopping this up and cooking it. You want to cook the chicken up until it's fully white. There's no pink left. If it's splattering or having issues for you or it's splattering up, just go ahead, grab a lid, put your lid over top of it and let it cook up like that. So I want to make sure that I'm just going to spray the surface down and wipe it down quickly because I was working with raw meat. And I want to make sure that everything stays nice and clean. So back and forth, wiping it all down. And my chicken's just about finished now. So I'm just going to check it. Let's grab a piece of chicken and you can go ahead, you can break it. Make sure it's completely white all the way through, and then it's good to go. All of this chicken is well cooked. I'm gonna move it into a bowl. We've now gathered all the things that we need. We have our dressing, our chicken, and our salad. So I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna plate this up. Just take the portion that you want, because if you put all the dressing on right away, the salad will go wilted and it won't stay good. But if you portion it out into single people portions, if people don't want to eat it all right now, you can save the rest in the fridge and then eat it at a later time. So this looks good. The next thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna add in my sauce. Now, less is more. I'm gonna add it in just a little bit first and then see how far it goes. Now, as a chef, I like to massage it into the lettuce. So sometimes I'll take my fingers and literally massage it in. Make sure your hands obviously have been washed and clean. If you don't like to massage it in, you can also use tongs to just toss your salad. But I find this way you get more dressing all over all of the different parts of your salad. And then you're easy to place it all nicely into the center. Obviously, we're gonna go wash our hands and then we're gonna place on the chicken. So when adding the chicken, you can toss all the chicken into the bowl and then serve it up. But what I find is because they're heavier, they're gonna all fall to the bottom of the bowl, and usually the first people who get served don't get very much chicken. So what I like to do is just take some of my chicken and then just place it on top of my dish at the end, so I know that each person's getting an equal portion of chicken. Now the last thing you're gonna add in is cheese, and this is completely optional, but I'm a big cheese lover and I think it goes great with salads. You can use a variety of different types of cheese. I have just here a cheddar cheese, but you could use feta, mozzarella, you name it. And there we go, we have our nice chicken salad with our homemade honey mustard dressing. So remember, you want to make sure you're not spreading any germs, things are clean, and no cross-contamination is happening. Start with cutting your vegetables. Use a green chopping board. When you switch to cutting meat, you need to switch chopping boards, wipe down the area, and switch to a red chopping board. It's always best to rinse off all of your vegetables, and in between, wiping down the surfaces with some spray and or a hot soapy cloth. This will make sure that no bacteria spread and that you are safe.